Are you good enough? Yes, you. Are you good enough? Well, today I want to talk about 8 ways to find out. It's a question that everyone asks themselves repeatedly, even if it's unconscious or without knowing, in almost every situation. Are they good enough? Are they good enough for this partner? Are they good enough for this job? Are they good enough to be happy? Are they good enough to go for the promotion? Are they good enough just to be able to sit with themselves and be quiet for a few minutes? Well, this is a topic that I'm really glad to jump into today, and we're going to go into a quote, and that quote is, "There are plenty of difficult obstacles in your path. Don't allow yourself to become one of them." I'll read that again. There are plenty of difficult obstacles in your path. Don't allow yourself to become one of them. What an incredible quote, and it's so true. Life is going to have some obstacles and you're going to be equipped to deal with all of them. And the only obstacle that's the most difficult obstacle to overcome is yourself. Getting yourself in your way, questioning yourself when you just should be doing it really, really creates problems. And I know personally, second guessing for me left no second chances. I started to realise that every time I second guessed myself, I would find myself living up to my second guesses. A classic example was I remember being in year 9 and sort of explaining it in a way the American audience would understand, but I was invited to try out for the senior team when I should have been playing junior basketball. And I tried out a few times and I was playing well, but there was a guy who was also trying out for the point guard position, and I just thought he was better than me. In my head, I knew he played for a better club. I thought he was better than me. Although all the feedback at the training was that I was the right guy and I was performing the best. And on the third and final tryout, I just didn't rock up because I just thought there's no way at this age that I'm going to be making the senior team. And guess what? They couldn't pick me because I didn't rock up and I had gotten my own way and I didn't get to play for the senior team. It took me 2 years to make that team when I could have made it day one as a year 9 student and really could have found myself as a starter very, very soon after that. So I had second guessed myself and I didn't get a second chance. So let's look at 8 ways I've found in my life in particular to get past this needing to be good enough. Number 1, who is the you who is not good enough? This is the best question to ask yourself. Who is the you? Because when you say you aren't good enough, what are you saying? The collection of memories that you have in the past, or this particular body, or is it the future body that you're going to have in 12 months when all your cells have died? Who is the you? And when you start to realise that there is no you, there is only this moment, the way you're interacting with it, you can't really get in your own way because you are your environment. Number 2, imposter syndrome is a well-known psychological term for individuals who either all the time or from time to time feel like they're pretending to be someone. Now, life is about pretending. You take different roles at different situations. You know, a doctor can't listen to loud music in his office, even though he might listen to loud music as soon as he gets into his car. He's pretending and acting in a way that befits his role. However, quite often we get this wrong and we believe that we don't deserve what we have. And this happens to actors, movie stars, singers all the time, where they start to get success and they ask themselves, am I just an imposter? Am I really this good? And all of a sudden they start to unwind. It's totally normal from time to time to think that you don't deserve things. It's also good to understand that you're completely wrong. Whatever you've got, you've deserved. Whatever you have, you wanted. It's in your life, good or bad. 3, Woody Allen, I love this quote, once said 95% of success is showing up, just like I gave in the analogy of the third basketball tryout that I never went to. You stopped yourself from showing up and then you believed that what you said about yourself was true because you didn't show up to the job, you didn't get the job, therefore you knew you said there the job wasn't for me, I'm not good enough to have that job. Just show up and let the universe decide. Isn't that much more cool and mysterious to let the universe decide than still that little nattering voice in your head? 4, you have everything you need in this moment. Don't stress that you're not good enough because this moment is happening right now. It can't happen in 3 weeks when you've practiced more, and it can't happen 3 weeks ago when you were feeling a bit fresher. It's happening right now, and the universe wouldn't have brought it to you unless you were ready to deal with it. 5, focus on what you've done, not what you've not done. We have done some incredible things. We, as a child, didn't know how to get our motor neurons to get into a locomotive state so we could walk. We couldn't do that, and we did it. We went from an embryo to a baby to a human to think of the things that you've accomplished. Think of your first day at work, and now you're a veteran, and you couldn't understand how to work the machine, and now you do it with your eyes closed. You will find out how to do things, and you have a pedigree of being successful. And if you don't believe you're successful, the genes in your body have 4 billion years of proving they're successful over, mass extinctions and all sorts of stuff. You made it here, so you're successful. Number 6, know that the thoughts are trying to be helpful. They're trying, those thoughts. When they say, oh, you're not good enough, they're trying to protect you. They don't want you to get hurt. But in trying to help you, it's your ego, and the ego can only unravel you. So it's important to say to those thoughts, thank you, maybe I should prepare a little bit more, and that's what these thoughts are telling me, but don't buy into it. The best thing I can advise is when your thoughts say you're not good enough for this, just say, maybe I'm not, but let's see how it goes. And sometimes I'll say, well, you're in my head as well, so let's come for the ride and see how we go. Number 7, who are you trying to impress? Really, when you're stressed out about not being good enough for, say, a job interview, who are you really trying to impress? So many of us are still trying to impress our parents, trying to get the job that they want us to have, and we put so much pressure on ourselves. Know deeply that people who love you, and if you need to impress people to get that love, you shouldn't want that love. So really ask yourself before you stress yourself out, who am I trying to impress here? And if it's someone from your past, maybe you can ditch that idea and look at what it's doing to serve you. 8, the story of your life is wrong. Live it and see where it ends. So you have a story in your head, and the story is that maybe you're not good enough to go for this promotion. What I would suggest is that your story is always wrong. Think about your story. We always thought, we'd be married by this age, or the person, or this or that. We know the story in our head is consistently wrong. And if you know it's consistently wrong, how about we just rock up like Woody Allen said, live and see where the universe takes us. Much cooler way to ride the roller coaster rather than stressing out thinking the roller coaster is going the wrong way, is to get on the roller coaster, enjoy it, and really deal with things as they come. It's something to think about. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. You're definitely good enough. Until then, goodbye.